Let's look at some of these heuristics. They're really interesting. The first one is anchoring. The most classic study is this one. You say to people, how many countries are there in Africa? Half you show this. This is what I win with the bankers, and half I show that. When you say, are there more or less than that number of countries in Africa? Now tell me how many you think there are. And you show the other half this. How many countries do you think there are in Africa? Does anyone know the correct answer? Do you want to guess?
40-something.
47?
40-something.
40-something? Of course, there's now Southern Sudan, which adds one extra. Anyone want to guess? The answer is 47 countries in Africa. But always, this group, who see this, have a higher estimate than that group. Or you could do this, the population of the Ukraine. Well, if Gaynor at the back knows about the population of the Ukraine, what's the population of the Ukraine? Is it more or less than that? Is it more or less than that? The answer is 36, but those who see this overestimate. And I did a study recently, it was quite good fun, because I had all men in the audience, and I said, how much do you think a washing machine costs? How much do you think the average washing machine costs? Men have no idea about washing machines. I certainly don't, and they didn't either. So I held up £2,300. Are they more than this? Or £420? And of course, the 2,300 people thought that washing machines were about 1,800 on average. There's some interesting advice here, girls, to get some money out of your husband, of a washing machine, because these poor sods hadn't the faintest idea. But you anchored it, you gave them a number, and you watched Darren Brown, you watched the brilliance of his actions. And what he's doing, he's suggesting a number. He's suggesting a number. I could even say, oops, I'm sorry, the next one is here. The atomic number of Serbium is 65. That number, once I say 65, that number will influence your estimates hereafter. Now the question is, you anchor, you make people, you can see it often, you see it on quiz programs. The first person to make a guess anchors everybody around them. Now think how you can do this in business. Think how you present people with information they're not very clear about, like my issue of the average salaries. What do you think the average salary of a bus driver is?
30,000.
Any advances?
2.
It's £21,083. What do you think the average salary of supermarket staff are?
50.
12,736. But I can persuade you, if you're working in a supermarket, I can persuade you that you are paid more than most people or less than most people by anchoring it. And that's one of the techniques we can use. And I'll show you some examples of this in a moment.